Let's get this show on the road.
This is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I am playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is a Russian Tier 8 premium heavy tank. It is the IS6, and the map is Mines. On this map, I usually head... Oh, everybody on the team is going. This is going to be very crowded over here. When you have the team like this, where everybody's going at the same time, you have to start swarming on the enemy. If you don't swarm on the enemy, you're just going to have a bunch of guys putzing around not doing anything. Now, the strategy I use is I get to that rock right there in the center where that WZ is headed, and I just get alongside of it. So I'm going to get right over here. Oh, we got some enemies we got to deal with.
Enemy armor is damaged.
So I guess they took it, not us.
We're immobilized.
Yeah, I'm going to get destroyed here. I thought that we had won this area. This is just going to be a waste. I mean, these guys are just going to destroy me. There's nothing I can do. Okay, so that was unfortunate. I thought I saw a bunch of my teammates going up there. Yeah, I guess they died. So what I was going to do was hide behind this rock and give, you know, some pain to these guys over here. There's a lot of them. Now, the problem that I had was that got a reasonably long reload time, 13 seconds. You can't shoot at both of these tanks, and they would take a shot at me and hide, and the other one would take a shot at me and hide, and I would have to be like, well, which one am I going to shoot at if they're both hiding? And if I'm aiming my gun away, then they'll come out and take a shot at me. So I think I got one good shot in, and that was it. And I wasn't really in a good position. My tank was angled somewhat reasonably well. You want to angle your tank by pointing it at the enemy. So, for example, right now my corner is pointed at the tank. It's the proper angle. So this, I'm going to show you this corner right here. There's hopefully going to be some good news, which I will explain later. This is the front corner. I got a front corner here. If I'm shooting that way, I want this corner pointed at the enemy because it increases the chance that they're going to bounce off the side or something like that. So what I try to do is point my corner at the enemy. If you can't manage that, face them head on. But pointing the corner is good. Now, the good news about being here is there was a lot of fighting going on. And any damage that those tanks, there were a lot of tanks over here. Because I was the furthest in front for my team, anyone who is right next to this rock who took damage, I'm going to get the spotting damage because I was the one who kept them spotted. Oh, you know what? I should have gotten closer to the rock. That was one of the mistakes I made. It probably would have helped me keep more tanks spotted. There's a little bit of distance over here. But, it was a very nerve-wracking game. Had unexpected results for me. It's 6-12. Wow. Come on, guys, die. So, there's a chance that I might get... I don't expect to get a really high score or anything, but there's a chance I might get something reasonably well. Being the first tank to die, you'd think I would show up last for the team, but maybe there's a chance I might get halfway. And I want the EXP. I really want the EXP. Especially, oh, no, you know what? This isn't a win for the team, so it doesn't matter so much because of the double. I'm not going to get my daily double. Now, they know that this guy's here, and they're sniping on him. the whole team is going to come here to find him. He's got to take off. He's got to go somewhere completely different so that the enemy team has to go searching for him and they have to spread out. And if they spread out, he's going to take them on one by one.
We can only signal nearby vehicles.
Got to keep on moving, keep on moving.
One of our tracks is damaged. Ammo storage is hit. We're lucky it didn't blow.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of problems right now, which is unfortunate. He took a lot of damage on that run, and apparently he can't repair it. And he's getting more damage. Sitting there is not going to help him. I don't know what he's thinking right now. They know where he is. There's a guy who just took a shot at him. Oh, they didn't spot him. He was unspotted. Now they're going to take a shot at him, and that's it. So you don't want to do this. When you're the last guy, you want to run. If they know where you are, you want to be somewhere else. They're going to go searching for you. They're going to spread out, and then you take them on one by one, and you hide again. And keep on. Hide doesn't mean sit and hide. It means run and hide. Okay, so I got spotting damage for one tank, which is pretty depressing. 84. It was virtually nothing. And I figured it would be nothing, and the reason why is because if you watch the replay of the video, you'll notice that the tanks that were on the other side of the rock, first of all, I wasn't close enough to the rock, but second of all, they didn't have any damage. That's one of the big indicators. Okay, so that is the IS6. I'm going to take it out again for another spin. Let's go into battle. Let's hope for a better game this time. A lot of the strategies that I use, other players occasionally do also, so I'm not the only one who does it. But you just don't see it very often. Okay, so this is a defense game for Erlenberg. And I usually go to the side that I'm near. If I'm on the west spawn, I usually go defend the west. And it looks like I'm on the east spawn. So I'm going to go defend the east. And, I mean, this is a defense game. In general, you defend. That means you sit here and you wait for the enemy. You take up a defensive position. It's rare that you should advance on the enemy. I'm not saying you should never do it, but I'm just saying it's rare. So I'm going to take up a defensive position. You want to be on these hills over here. There's different positions you can take. One you can take is the hill right in front of me, which is that way. Then there's another hill which is over there. You can go up on that hill, but you really got to be fast because you want to be able to retreat. You can get up where that house is and be close to your allies and let your enemy come after you, and use the fact that you have a lot of allies to work together for defense. Now the enemy has to assault us, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just sit there and twiddle their thumbs, and that's their problem. If you take a shot, you want to run and hide as quickly as you can, especially if you don't have Sixth Sense. And I do have it on this tank, so I'll know if I've been spotted. They did a lousy job. If it were me, I would be up right where this house is, but a little bit lower. I'm going to show you right where I would be. I would be right here where this tree is. That's exactly where I would be right now, and that comet would be dead, or he would have to be fighting me. But the enemy hasn't even begun their assault. Even on the opposite side, you can see that they have not assaulted at all. Their strategy isn't working very well. They have a limited time. They have 8 minutes left to complete their task. We have an SPG that has moved forward. He has a limited range, so he pretty much has to do it. But the enemy's not working out too well over here. So it looks like one tank may have come up on the east side. Where's the rest of their team? I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for us to go after them. That was a really dumb move. I don't know why he did that. Really dumb move. It cost him his life. Okay, so again, we stay here, we defend. I'm going to keep in a defensive position. I'm sure the tank destroyers will too. If you get to the point where it's like 7-1 or something, then I'll go driving around to shoot people. But it doesn't make sense to leave. We don't want to leave the base. If someone comes up through the town, no one is in town. Someone comes up through the town, we're screwed. So I'm going to stay close enough to the base that I can support my base if I have to. The enemy has 6.5 minutes left, and they have not begun their advance yet. They're even on the other side. They're doing a lousy job. The sad part is that we're not going to get experience, and that sucks. If it gets down to like 3 minutes, I'm going to have to rush the enemy just to get some kills in. And the Comet doesn't have to go up. He can just sit right there and he's fine. So we know there's 2 other tanks over there. Yeah, see, if he gets spotted, they're going to take shots at him. He just has to hide. He look at what he is. He needs to be in the bush, not next to it. Being in the bush is a better position. Or being all the way against the red line, like this tank destroyer. Yes, so this is, you know, depressing. They've got 5 minutes to either kill us all or to take our base, and it doesn't look like they're going to do it. What I might do is go to the base. I might go to the base for the last few moments of the game just to make it more difficult for them. I can't believe they're afraid of that comet. Normally I'd be really aggressive. I'd be all over these guys. Ooh, he's finally going in. He's not going to make it anywhere. They're afraid of that comet with 1% health. I'm sure someone will destroy him. The enemy is doing an absolutely lousy job. They've got 4 minutes left. They need at least, let's say they need a minute on the base, and they need a minute to get to the base. Once it gets down to 2 minutes, if they're not near the base, the game's over for them. Yeah, they obviously don't understand all the cover that they have in the town, and of course the rest of the game. And what I don't understand is that they have to play thousands of games in order to get to this stage. And how can they not know yet how to play the game? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not a tier 1 game. It's like they only have one guy on their team or something. Who knows? And now they're hopeless. You know, now we just have to run forward, kill everybody in the last 3 minutes. Be interesting to see how long it takes to get across the map. But we're basically going to go hunt their artillery any moment now. So they apparently have a sniper back there who took shots on my ally, and that's obviously their artillery. They should be ashamed of themselves. They didn't even play. And you do have to understand that there are some younger people in the game. There's going to be some teenagers. You know, I'm 44 years old. I'm obviously been playing video games all my life. But again, in order to get here, they have to have played thousands of battles, and they should know the game by now.
Ready to fire.
He's their star player. Well, the artillery's dead. Okay, so I might have gotten some spotting damage out of that. A lot of people got hits. A lot of people got kills in that game. Very shameful for the other team, and I would love to see a video from their perspective. Obviously, I have the replay, and I could go and look again. But it's a very embarrassing game. Let's see how I did. Yeah, it wasn't that great. But, you know, I didn't expect it to be. I didn't get any penetrations. I fired 4 shots. Apparently all of them missed. Okay, well, you know, I wanted to play conservatively, and I did. It was a waste of my double. Normally I play a lot more aggressive. You can watch my videos and see how aggressive I play. If you have any questions, please post it in the comments.